All right. Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to another wonderful Thursday, and Thursday before Thanksgiving. So you know what that means?
Turkey Day is coming.
We got to work extra hard.
Just worried about that.
Because there's going to be turkey and mashed potatoes and pumpkin pie.
Tuesday.
All good things. Well, we got to work up the appetites now, Rick. Well, all good things, but if you're anything like me, it's way too much.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get started on our warm-up, everybody. Just place a hand on your belly and we'll just get into our breathing pattern. So breathe in, fill up your belly as best you can, and then breathing out through pursed lips. Good, breathe in and out. Let's aim for 3 seconds in, 2, 3, and out, 2, 3, 4. So again, in, 2, 3, out, 2, 3, 4. Last one, in, 2, 3, out, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Now maintain your breathing pattern, breathing out through pursed lips. And let's actually start reaching down below your knee and back up. So reach across, down below your knee and back up. So remember to keep your chest up, moving from your hips. And you can reach as far down as your body lets you. Start off small. And again, make sure your head and chest are up so that you don't feel lightheaded or more breathless. We just want your hips to start moving. Good. If it's feeling really good, you're feeling quite mobile, you can reach a little bit lower. Again, none of that movement should come through your back, just your hips. There we go. Good, and rest there. So now let's put your feet a little bit ahead of you, and we're gonna pull your toes up towards the ceiling as we push your hands out, and then your toes lower, your hands come back in. So lift up your toes. You should feel that at the front of your shins. It's a muscle called your tibialis anterior. And it's important to work that muscle because that keeps us lifting our feet up as we're walking and taking a step. And it also helps take pressure off your knees when you're walking. Then think of it as a brake muscle. So we've got brake pedals in your cars, and we've got a tibialis anterior in our legs. Good, so pull those toes up as you push those hands out. Can everyone feel that in their shin?
Yes.
Brilliant. Good, so really pull those toes up towards you. Good, and we're gonna switch it up in 3, 2, and 1. Bring your feet in a little bit, and now we're lifting up your heels. And as you lift up your heels, we're gonna pull your hands back. It's a little bit different here. The focus is trying to squeeze your shoulder blades together. There we go. Lift up those toes, squeeze those shoulder blades. Brilliant. So this is a good example of we're technically doing the same movement with our arms, but with a different focus of whether we're pushing out or pulling back. We're actually working different muscles. So squeeze those shoulder blades together. and relax and shake out those arms. Now let's lift up one foot, make a circle, and then lower and switch. Lift up a foot, make a circle and down, switch, circle, down, switch, circle, down, switch, circle, down, switch. And as you get good at it, you can start going into whatever pace you like. Make sure you keep up your pursed lip exhale. Good, have we got the circle part down? I hope so, because we're gonna add in the hands.
Of course we are.
Okay, let's keep it simple to start. As you make a circle, your hand goes out and back. Circle, out and back. Circle, out and back. Good. Whose arm wanted to make a circle too? Mine did. There we go.
It still wants to make the circle.
Yep.
You guys are doing great. Good.
Is the circle from the ankle or the whole foot?
So
Am I
that's it.
flexing like this or just doing it like that?
So unfortunately, I couldn't quite see what you are doing, but if you just think about drawing a circle with your big toe. So we're
Okay.
moving from the ankle. If we keep our legs stiff, then the circle is coming from our hip. So get it coming from your ankle. That's a great question. Fantastic clarification. Thank you so much.
No,
Good.
that's hard to do.
I know, and I get you to do it with love. Just think of the turkey. If you're having a family dinner, this is your new trick that you can show off. See who else is able to do it.
If I can get it right,
Right. We'll keep practicing.
I
So
will.
now I'm sure most of you were drawing a circle in a specific direction. So if you do a couple more and just see if you were doing the same direction.
Nope.
Most of us circle towards the outside of
Yeah.
our body.
I didn't.
You didn't, perfect. If you did, I want you to reverse the
Go
direction.
the other way.
Go the other way. That's right. And just keep your arms still for a moment. Good. Circle in the other direction. And remember, go at your own pace. This is your exercise class. You are in charge of the intensity, and you're in charge of making this challenging yet doable for yourself. Good.
Opposite hand.
Rest there. Now.
Let's do the circle like your foot.
Now, I'm going to get you opening up your arm, open, close.
Yeah, all right.
Good. Now your other hand goes up at the same time.
See.
Good. Good. Now switch jobs. Now your other arm goes out to the side, the other hand goes straight up. Good. And now we're going to alternate. Good. And now the arms keep moving. I can hear some of you going, it's coming,
Jill,
it's coming. Let's get your legs moving too.
Oh, no.
Now remember, it's important just to keep breathing and just do your best.
you have too much time on your hands to think of all these things.
I just got so excited about pumpkin pie. This is what I came up with. There we go. Maintain your breathing. Breathe out through pursed lips. Good. There we go. Now you guys are picking it up. Okay, we're gonna switch this soon, but first let's do 1, 2, then switch. 1, 2, 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 switch. Rest.
That's
Brilliant.
easier doing 1, 2, switch.
It was easier doing 1, 2.
Yeah,
Yeah, because you get into the pattern a little bit better.
that's right.
So it's good. Now remember everybody, because this is your exercise class, you have to decide if you need more rest time or less rest time throughout the class. So just pay attention to what your body's telling you. If you are finding it challenging to catch your breath or take a full breath, if you're feeling shaky or like your heart's racing, stop for a moment. Remember, you can go in that recovery position and just focus on your recovery breathing until you feel ready to come back into exercise, okay? You're doing great. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take one leg and we're gonna cross it over as we lift our arms up, down and uncross. And then we're gonna switch sides, cross and up and back, 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 cross and up and back. Good. Maintain your breathing pattern. Remember to breathe out through pursed lips. And remember to go at your own pace. You are in charge of making this challenging, but also doable. Good, and rest there. So now what we're gonna do, team, is your leg is gonna point out to the side and back. Your other leg's gonna point out to the side and back. And then you're gonna touch your hands behind you. So it's side, side, touch, side, side, touch, side, side, touch. And if you can't touch behind your body for any reason, that's okay. Aim for your hips, aim for as far back as you can go, still within that comfortable range. Good, side, side, touch, side, side, touch. There we go. Brilliant job, everybody. And oops, I went a little bit early there. And rest. All right, we're going to finish off our warm up with a little game.
Yeah.
So everyone point to their left up corner. That's 1. Now switch to the right up corner. That's 2. Bottom right corner is 3. Bottom left corner is 4. So once again, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3,
Oh,
1, 1, 4, 3, 3, 2, 1, 2, 1, 3. I went to 4. 4, 4, 2. Now get your feet moving.
Oh, get out of here.
4, 4, 1, 3, 2. Okay, keep your feet moving. Now we're rolling our hands. And once again, if I say 1,
Oh, get out of here.
if I say 3, 2, 2, 4, 4, 3, 1, 2, 2, 1, 4, 3. Okay, now do the best you can. It's the speed round. So as quickly as you can, move your hands and then come back to center. And it's okay if you struggle to keep up, just do what you can. Ready? 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 1, 4, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 5 minus 3, 7 minus 4, 2 times 1, 4 minus 3,
1.
and rest.
Tricky.
Take your hand, put it behind you, and pat yourself on the back. That was awesome. So good to get your brain working along with your movement. Okay, so well done. Now, today I'm going to use a stretchy band. If you don't have a stretchy band with you, that's okay. You can use just body weight if you're feeling like that's what your challenge is today. Or you can use a small weight, can of soup, water bottle, whatever you'd like, okay? And I'll do my best to show both ways. If at any point, because I do get distracted, as most of you know, if I forget to show you what to do without the band, just say, just tell me. You can say, where's our option? Wait, and then I'll remember. So let's keep it simple to start. Take the band, put it around your toes. And all we're gonna do is we're gonna pull that band by pulling your elbows back. 1, 2, 3, hold, and then back. So it's a pull, 1, 2, 3, back. Pull, hold, 2, 3, back. Pull and hold, 2, 3, back. Pull and hold, 2, 3, back. Pull and hold, 2, 3, and back. Pull and hold, 2, 3, and back. Pull and hold, 2, 3, and back. Pull, 2, 3, and back. Let's aim for 2 more. Pull, 2, 3, and back. Pull, 2, 3, and back. Brilliant. Now bring your feet underneath you. The band is still around them. You're going to hold the band up over your thighs. If you've got a band long enough, you can cross it over. This will make a bit of a harder challenge. Okay, that's just if the band's long enough. If you've got a weight, then what you are going to do, you can either well, let me show the movement first. So what's happening here is we are going to step your foot out and back against the resistance of the band. Step, back, step, back. If the step doesn't feel, if it feels a bit too challenging, feel free to just move your knees apart and then bring them back. Move your knees apart and bring them back. Now, if you don't have a band at home, that's okay. Instead of a weight, just take your hands, place them on the outside of your knees, and you're gonna do a little bit of a reverse tug of war. So you're gonna push your knees against your hands, resist, and then relax. Push and relax. And you can always do one knee against the wall, seated against the wall, and push. If against your hand is a bit challenging, I know some people that got shoulder or wrist issues, that doesn't quite work. But we can always find a way to get those muscles working.
When you're moving to the side, you tighten up the core.
Core and your glutes.
Yeah.
So remember, those glutes are your bum muscles. Think about crushing a walnut between your bum cheeks as you step, and then relax as you bring it back. Brilliant. Good job, everybody. So step, clench the glutes, relax. Step, clench the glutes, relax. And really I should be saying clench the glutes and then step. That would be more correct. So clench the glutes, then step, and then relax. Good. I know a bunch of you kept doing this while I was showing the alternative. So we're only going to do 3 more, 2 more, and last one. Relax. That was fun.
Do you modify this with weights?
Yeah, so that's right. If you don't have a weight, just take your hands and put them on the
I
outside.
do have water bottles that are filled with water. So how might I modify what you're doing so I could use my weights?
Yep. So if you really want to use your weights and you don't want to put your hands on the outsides of your knees, and you are able to slide on the floor, you can put a weight or a water bottle beside your foot and slowly push it away from you. And then you've got to put your foot on the other side of it and slowly pull it back towards you. Okay, does that make sense?
Not quite.
So if you put the weight or water bottle, whatever you're using, if you put it on the ground beside your foot, on the outside of your foot, and slowly you push it away from you using your foot, and then you step over the bottle and pull it back towards you. And everyone can try that with their weight. So let's do 5 of those all together. Okay, and if you don't have a weight, let's just practice this movement on just the floor so that everybody gets a feel for what it feels like. Now it is might be a little bit challenging on carpet if you've got really good sticky shoes. But you can always put a paper plate under your foot for more slide. But that little bit of resistance is good. So try putting the weight beside your foot, push it out, and then you'll have to step over it in order to pull the weight back. Okay, is there any further questions on that piece?
No.
Okay, it's making sense?
Yeah. Yep.
Because we all learn a little bit differently. So it's okay if it makes sense to some people, but I need to change how I'm telling it to other people. Okay, so again, I encourage you just to try 5 per leg, just so you had the feel for that. So now the next exercise is taking the band And once again, we're gonna put it underneath, let's put it underneath 1 foot. And what I want you to do is pull your hands towards you, lift up your foot, and you're gonna push down against the band like you're stepping on the gas. And then slowly come up. Push down and slowly come up. Push down and slowly come up. Now, if you don't have a band to push down against, what you're going to do is you're going to bring your feet 1 foot underneath you and the other stretched out in front of you. And the foot that's underneath you, you are going to push it down into the ground. Hard, hard, hard. You should feel your leg muscle tighten up, hold, and then relax. So again, no band at home. Take your leg, push it down into the ground. Now, this isn't an exercise that we will use a weight for. And trust me, this is still a great way to get those muscles firing. Okay, I can feel my muscles working hard. You just got to push down into the ground, push that foot down, 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 and relax. Good. So either push against the band or just push your foot into the ground. Good. How is that one feeling, everybody?
Good.
Brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant. And actually, for those of you with knee arthritis, using the band is a great way to help you strengthen your leg so that you can better stand up and sit down with less pain in your knee. But with all that explaining I did, it's actually probably time to switch legs.
Yeah.
Already did.
I did.
Geez, I gotta put one of you in charge of counting. That might be the next idea. Great job, everybody. So once again, you're either pushing down against the band and then bringing the leg back up, or got the other leg extended and you're pushing this leg into the ground and then relax. So pushing the leg into the ground and then relax. Push it into the ground and relax. Push it into the ground and relax. All right, Gary, have we done about the same number on each side?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. Relax there. So the last exercise before we repeat all of those, and this is a great one for either a band or a weight. It's the same movement. You're just going to hold the band. So I've got this in my hand, just holding at my hip, and the other hand is going to push the band up and then slowly back down. So what the band is going to do, the band wants to slingshot your arm back down. Your job is to resist that. Push it up and come down slow. And the reason I've got you holding the band across so that it stays in a straight line. Okay, if we try to pull across, we're actually doing more work to pull the band out to the side than push it up. I want us pushing up. Now, if you've got just a weight, that's perfect. Now pretend this is my weight. You're just gonna hold it in your hand, press it up. And a weight is great because now your shoulder has to keep balance with that weight overhead and then slowly bring it down. And that's why it's so fun to use different exercise tools, as they all serve a similar purpose and all have their own purpose. So it's not better or worse. Sometimes it's just a little bit different. Okay. So that was about 10. And I always say about 10 because some of you can always do a couple more and some of you need to do a couple less than a number. So let's switch sides. Because remember, the goal is just to make it challenging yet doable. And push down slow. And push down slow. Push down slow.
Is it okay if I go to the side, Joe? Because I can't go up with this arm.
That arm's sore, hey?
No, it's just, it just won't do it.
Okay, is
I
it?
mean, I can do like military presses and stuff like that, but when it's solo, it's not
So
bad.
then what I would encourage you to do is hold the band a little bit tighter and push it up just a tiny bit. Not where it hurts or can't do it, but just holding this position. That's still gonna actually help strengthen those muscles.
Okay. It's not the muscles, it's just that it never got put back together properly many years ago, so it's.
Right. Yeah, so
developed
it doesn't have the ability to press overhead by itself.
No,
And so the way you do that though, to keep it strong, is to hold in a position where it can do it.
okay, I'm trying.
So drop your elbow a little bit, Rick. Yeah, and pull the band tighter. And try to keep your shoulder level. So the band almost wants to pull your hand down and you're resisting it. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
You can feel that in your shoulder.
yes.
Does it hurt?
No, it doesn't hurt. It's just I don't have the strength to like this arm to do it. This one I can go like.
Yeah, no, I get exactly what you mean. That's why it's important to find smaller ranges to start building up the strength. So even if you can't go all the way, it actually gets a little bit easier to lift it part way.
I probably should be using something lighter than this band for this, so maybe.
Yeah, maybe. And rest there, everybody. Now, does anybody remember the first exercise we did with the band?
Nope.
The gas pedal.
Not quite. Not quite.
Under both feet.
Under both
Under
feet,
both
and it was a
feet,
pull.
pulling back.
Oh, pull back. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Make sure you grab a sip of water and make sure if you need a little bit longer of a rest, that's awesome. Listen to your bodies. You can always get into that recovery position and just focus on that recovery breathing. But if you're feeling pretty good, get that band under your feet. And pull. And once again, we're looking to squeeze the shoulder blades together and down. And this is actually one of the movements where using a weight is the exact same thing. Pull that weight straight up and down. Okay. Just if you've got the weight, you can bring your feet a little bit underneath you because it's not anchoring a band for you. Okay. Pull, and this is our hold, 2, 3, relax. Pull and 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 hold, 2, 3, relax, and bring your feet underneath you. Now we're wrapping the band around. Good. All right, and this is our step out to the side and back, or press the knee out and back. Okay. Once again, if you've got a weight, you can just hold your hands on the outsides of your knees and push against. Or as we did together, you can put the weight down by the side and push it away from you on the ground and then bring it back. Okay. Step and back. And on this one, I'm just alternating feet. Oh. Excellent. Making sure we're still keeping up with our breathing pattern. Purposefully breathing our air out through pursed lips. Brilliant. Keep it challenging yet doable. You're in charge of your intensity and when you rest. Brilliant. Last couple of steps. And relax. Brilliant. All right, now we've got the pushing down the gas pedal. So again, we're lifting it up. Keep your arms pulled in towards you. Push your foot down against the band. Slowly bring it back up. Okay. And if you don't have a band, no problem at all. We're just going to extend your other leg and we're going to push our bent leg down into the ground. It should tighten up the muscle and relax. Okay, so once again, push down into the ground. These muscles should tighten up and relax. Good work. Keep up your breathing. And oops, switch legs. This is where we get caught up in the fun. Well done, everybody. Push that leg down against the band, slowly bring it up. Here we go, team. Just a couple more. Remember, you purposefully tightening your muscles adds to any exercise that you do. And relax there. Well done. What was the next one we did with the band?
I forget.
Shoulder to the,
Got some of you overhead. That's right. So with the band or your weight, the movement is the same. The band, you're just holding on the same hip as the pressing arm, and it's an up, and then remember, down slow with control. If you cannot go all the way up, that's okay. Go within your range. Even if your range is barely moving the arm, just hold it for a longer time. That's called time under tension, which is the amount of time that your muscle is contracting. You need a certain amount of time in order for your body to say, okay, we need to get stronger. So even if it's just that little movement up and hold, Pretend you're pushing up against 100 pounds and then relax it, okay? Push up with strength and down slow. And we're going to switch arms. Brilliant. And up, down, slow. It is helpful to tighten your core to push the resistance overhead. Push. Lower with control. Keep that core tight. Good. It is helpful to breathe out through pursed lips. Good. And last one. Press overhead. Down with control. Very, very good, team. All right, can roll those shoulders back. Now, put the band to the side. Good. Now that you're all tuckered out, we are going to do 10 sit to stands.
No.
Of course we are.
No.
And the challenge for today is to get your fingertips behind your ears. And if your shoulder doesn't like that, to cross your arms over your chest. Now, when I say 10, do 10 if that is challenging yet doable for you. Go within your range. And if you're staying seated, once again, pressing your feet into the ground, tightening up those muscles is a great way to do it while seated, okay? Now we're gonna go to my count, and again, you don't have to get to 10. If that is challenging but not doable, don't go that long, okay? Now let's aim for up, 2, 3, 4, and down, 2, 3, 4, up, 2, 3, 4, 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 down, 2, 3, 4. Remember to go at your pace. Up, 2, 3, 4, down, 2, 3, 4, up, 2, 3, 4, down, 2, 3, 4, up, 2, 3, 4, down, 2, 3, 4, up, 2, 3, 4, down, 2, 3, 4. Last one if you can, up, 2, 3, 4, down, 2, 3, 4.
One question
Breathe.
on that. When you're doing that sitting down, pushing your feet into the ground, how should your back be? Rounded or just straight?
Great.
Straight up. So if I'll turn to the side, because this is a great question, because I'll often see people do this. Now, if that is helping you actually tighten up your muscles, great. Sometimes people do that and it kind of tricks them into thinking they're doing it, but all they're doing is leaning forward.
Okay.
If you think more, and everyone try this sitting down, if you think about trying to push your feet in the ground and away from you without your feet actually moving away, you should feel those muscles tighten up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? And it's okay to lean forward a little bit while you do it, but don't get caught just leaning forward and then coming back.
Oh, okay. Good.
Yeah. Push and relax.
Yep.
Perfect. 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 And that's a great way to maintain those muscles and get them stronger. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Of course. Thank you for your question. Now, sitting up tall, I just want you to lean backwards slowly, just to the point where you feel tension around your belly button, and then pull yourself back up. So lean back just to where you feel tension, and then back. Back and forward. Go slow, back. Go to where you feel tension, not pain in your back, just tension in the belly, and then slowly pull yourself back up. Back and forward. Back and forward. Let's do 5 more. Back and forward. Back and forward. Good. Back. Tension in the belly button and forward. Back. Forward. We got 1 more. Back and forward. Shake it out. I think it's time to stretch.
Yes.
Good session.
Good. I'm so glad. So let's stretch one arm down, reach the other up. And hold and breathe. And switch. Well done, everybody. You all worked very hard today. Remember, stretch time is an awesome opportunity to ask more questions, or even just to chat with each other. We focus hard during the exercises, and then right before class and during stretch time is a good time to be more social and get a little goofy and have fun. Relax there, stretch out a leg, reach towards your toes.
I have a question. Do those of you with COPD, do you find you get fatigued very easily? Can anybody hear me?
With what? Sorry?
Anybody with COPD, do they get fatigued very easily? Do you guys get tired?
I think we do, yes.
Yes.
I get out of
You
breath.
do.
I get out of breath, but I don't know what you mean by fatigue.
Fatigue.
Depends on
all
your
of a sudden,
oxygen saturation.
I feel like I could fall asleep standing up sometimes.
Oh.
I get so
Oh.
tired.
No, don't get that way.
You don't.
I'm
get
on oxygen, so I don't really get that way.
right. I have oxygen at night, but not during the day.
Do you,
Yes.
when you feel that way, Betty, do you check your oxygen numbers?
I don't. I probably should.
You definitely should, because sometimes that could be more of a different issue, like an iron deficiency.
Yeah, you might be right. Yeah. I
Yeah,
do
switch legs.
see. So that could be it.
And it could
Yeah.
also be just that you're now you need it during the day. Maybe before you didn't, but now you need it sometimes. I mean, with
You need
COPD,
the
it just keeps getting worse, right? So,
You're talking about the oxygen, right, Maureen?
right, yes.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
gotcha.
just like if you're on oxygen, if the, if level 2 isn't doing it anymore, then you have to raise it to level 3. So I would say if you're not on oxygen during the day, but your numbers are below 88, you should go on oxygen. during
Right,
the day. Yeah,
right, gotcha.
you should definitely check your numbers, like 2 or 3 times a day.
Yeah, is that what you do 2 or 3 times a day?
Yep, if I feel I'm not getting enough, I check it and I think, no, my oxygen's up there.
There you
Just
go,
me.
yeah.
And so
Yeah.
that's awesome,
Yeah,
because when we did some education sessions in the spring and early summer, one of them was on breathlessness and how it's not always due to low oxygen.
Right,
So Maureen, I love that you just said that you check to
Yes.
see the numbers before trying to just increase your oxygen tank, increase
Yeah.
the level.
like I haven't checked
Sometimes,
it for a couple of years, it's been at 3. And I'm trying to
Right.
do the most I can to keep it there.
for
right.
sure. Lift up your elbow now, gang.
I don't have COPD, I have scleroderma, and I recently tested for low iron, and I've just gone through 3 infusions, iron infusion. I finished yesterday. So-
Nice. And how did you find finishing it? How do you feel compared to before?
I feel, I didn't feel that tired. I don't know. I was tired, but I'm often tired too. I am sometimes, because if I'm really busy,
Mm,
I get tired. I have to pace myself.
for
Yes.
sure.
So I didn't really know. I was tired, but I didn't notice. And they told me at the clinic, at the lung clinic, that I needed
Switch arms.
to get
Iron
that
test.
iron infusion. So that's what they can do for you if you have low iron.
Yeah, that's great. Great to know. Very good.
Yeah, and it's
It's a-
important to just get things looked at so that you can find the right solution. Because sometimes if we just assume an answer, or we brush something off like, oh, that's just because of my COPD without getting it looked
Yeah.
at, it might
Yeah.
not be the right answer. And there's actually an answer out there that could really help,
For sure. It's
right?
good
Not to
advice,
stress over it, but just to find the right answer.
of course. Really good advice.
I should also mention that this, I have a friend who's on oxygen, and she's a friend, she's someone I know. She lives out of town. And she said that she didn't know enough about her oxygen. So when she was feeling tired, she would up the machine. And she said she had it at 10 at one point.
Whoa.
Oof.
And she said, that's just disastrous. I mean, you have to be very, very careful also.
I was just gonna say that. I was just gonna
Yeah.
say, yeah, you gotta watch. I just had a home assessment done the other day. And she said, you really gotta watch how much oxygen you're taking.
Right,
Always monitor yourself. And you may, like you said, Joe, you may just be breathless at the time.
Right.
And
That's right.
if your readings are at 94 or 92, 93, don't just think you need oxygen right away.
right.
That's right.
Rest and recover.
That's right. Because there
Yeah.
is such a thing as too much oxygen.
Yeah.
And it's rare. Don't worry yourself about it. But it is important to use the right tool. So just like we said
Right.
about finding the right answer to a problem, get the right tool. You check your numbers and your oxygen numbers are fairly normal for you. They're at 93, 94, and you're feeling breathless. Go into your breathing pattern.
Right.
Like
Excellent. Yeah.
stop and just focus on your breathing pattern for a solid 2 to 4 minutes.
Right.
And
Right.
just really breathe out through pursed lips, and you'll be amazed how sometimes that's all it takes. You
I know
just
a
weren't getting in a full breath.
A doctor told my mother once she had COPD. You'd think I'd learn, but I didn't. And he told her that if she gets
Subsides.
breathless, she shouldn't automatically go to her Ventolin. That if you're breathless, it just means stop what you're doing, do the deep breathing,
Mhm.
and it'll probably come back. That's not what the Ventilin's for.
That's right. Ventilin's a little bit more for, it can be
That's
usually
right.
more part of an emergency pack, right?
Right, right. But you can end up using it too often, which
And then
I
it becomes less
do.
effective.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now I can go a whole day without using it. I mean, so it's, yeah.
Yeah. Understanding when to use
Yes.
a tool.
Yeah, if I
And-
feel a tightness in my chest and my numbers are a little low, I'll take Ventolin, but other than that, no. I don't
For
take
sure.
it if I'm out of breath. If I'm out of breath, then just stop what I'm doing and
Yep. And you know, sometimes it could be seasonal allergies and you're having a bit of a reaction and your body is creating more phlegm in your lungs, and that can
Right.
contribute to feeling breathless.
yeah.
So Ventolin wouldn't necessarily be the right solution there. You'd need more of a decongestant or something that loosens up that mucus.
Right.
Right.
One thing that I
Or
find,
you're retaining.
one thing that I find is if my reading is a bit low, let's say 91, if I keep the pulsometer on my finger and then just concentrate on the breathing, then it will then move up to about 80, about 93, 94. And
Hmm,
that's strictly from paying attention to the breathing.
Right.
absolutely, Barry. And that's
Great.
brilliant. That's brilliant that you do that. So what a lot of you tend to do, and a lot of people in general, but those of you with lung conditions are more sensitive to the results of it. A lot of people do a shallow chest breath without
Right.
realizing it.
Yeah.
So if you put a hand on your chest and a hand on your belly, and if you've never heard of this stuff before, you're just out of practice, do it with me. Put a hand on your chest and just take a small breath and feel how your chest rises. Now try to take as deep of a breath as you are comfortable with, just filling up your chest. Does it feel limited?
Yes.
For a lot of you, it will. Now breathe in and try to fill up your belly. And if that's a tough one, some people kind of don't feel comfortable with that imagery. They're going, I don't understand. What you could try instead is thinking about breathing in and pushing your hands away with your rib cage. Now, which is a deeper breath?
Through your belly.
The belly one, yeah.
Yeah.
But it makes me feel dizzy.
So that can happen, especially when you're not used to it. So what you want to do is, if that's making you feel dizzy and you're taking in a deep breath, take in a slightly less deep breath, but still breathe in through the belly. Does that make sense? So instead of trying to do just try to take in that shorter breath, but fill in the belly.
Good stuff, Jill.
Jill,
Yeah. Yes.
I always assumed if I had difficulty breathing, it was my asthma and I used my inhaler. I didn't realize I could be short of breath and it's not the asthma. How
There
can
you
you tell
go.
the difference?
So
You're not wheezing.
a good rule of thumb. So one way is that feeling of your throat getting tighter or your chest getting tighter.
Yeah.
That wheezing, feeling like something's blocking your throat. That's usually more indicators of that inflammation from asthma. Okay, versus just feeling like you're panting or you're just a little bit out of breath, but you're not getting that same wheezing or tightening. Regardless, it's a good idea to focus on that recovery breathing first.
Yeah.
On high pollution days, I have different asthma symptoms. I start, it's like a small cough that I don't get any other time. And it's like, check the air quality. Yep, it's up. Or it's
There
bad.
you go.
The other one is, it feels like my back hurts, like it's
Yeah.
behind the lungs. And the
Mm.
doctor said it's pulmonary. He said,
That's right.
use your Symbicort. And it's like, I don't. And I
Whenever I'm
thought
short,
Symbicort,
sorry,
I don't know when to use the Symbicort and when to use the inhaler now.
Oh, gotcha. You know, I would encourage you to clarify that with your doctor or your respiratory therapist.
Okay.
Because while I do have experience, lots of experience working with all of you wonderful pulmonary people, the medical side or the medicine side is not my specialty. And I would hate to give you not the best information. I want you getting the best information that you can. I deal more with the exercise side.
Yeah.
But that's a
Thanks.
really great thing to clarify. And I'd encourage you to do that.
I thought Symbicort is something you have to be on a long time. You just couldn't go on and off. And he said, no, you can use it when it's a problem. So you always learn something new.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yep. And the medical world is always learning things and slightly adapting how they do things to provide the best care. And sometimes it depends on the specific person. So there we go. Awesome. Well, thank you everybody for such a
okay.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Hold on.
Thanksgiving.
Karen, or is that you
No,
trying to?
no one has mentioned when they're out of breath, that no one has mentioned CO2 retention.
That's
Oh.
true. Yep, that
It's
is
usually
very
not
true,
that
Karen.
your oxygen is low, it's that your CO2 is high.
Yep. Absolutely. That can
That's
definitely
the
be
thing.
a huge factor. And again, that's partially where that pursed lip exhale helps force that
Gets that
excess
out.
dead air out of your lungs. Yep, absolutely, Karen.
And-
Thank you so much.
Another reason not to turn your oxygen up right away.
That's
You
right.
probably don't need more oxygen. You just need to get rid of that CO2.
That's right. Yep,
Using
exactly.
your diaphragm.
Yeah, and again, that pursed lip exhale helps you engage your diaphragm. It helps you get that excess, what we call dead air, that high CO2 out of your lungs so that you have more room to bring fresh air in. So
Is
Karen,
there
that CO2 retention's a very good point. Thank you very much.
Is there a recovery position
welcome.
if you're standing? Let's say I'm out and about and I'm not in a chair.
For
where I
sure.
can sit.
Yep.
Yep.
Standing
I do
like
that
this, either hands on your thighs, if you're close
that
to
all
a
the
bench
time.
or a tree. So what's key though is you just make sure your head doesn't tuck down. You want everything to be level. And it's a good thing to practice at home even.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Excellent session.
Of
And
course.
thanks everybody for the info.
Brilliant.